Dragon here, and you were probably expecting a regular vlog for the My Little Pony Season 5 100th episode spectacular. Well, I feel like this episode is very special, and you know what? And for that being said, I am going to be doing a full-on review for this episode. So, without further ado, let's look into the episode The Slice of Life, starring the fandom's favorite background ponies. So the episode begins at the house of Cranky Doodle Donkey from the episode A Friend Indeed, where he and his fiancée, Matilda, are preparing for their wedding day. But then they find out that the invitations are messed up and the wedding is today. We then find out that Muffins, made the mistake. Now both of them are in a panic and try to prepare for the wedding. Muffins goes to see Dr. Hooves, who is oddly enough voiced by Peter New, the same voice Big Mac. Well, at least this is a role where he finally says something more than a yup. Dr. Hooves is obviously based upon the Doctor from Doctor Who. Is it just me, or is it confusing on what relationship is between him and Muffins? I mean, they talk like they're good friends, but they seem to know each other a lot and feel like a couple. It's not exactly clear. But when the Doctor finds out that he has to prepare his suit for the wedding, he leaves Muffins to figure out her own problem. So we follow the Doctor where he gets directions from... Oh my gosh. Vinyl Scratch. I don't care if you haven't said a single word yet. One day you will be mine. Oh, it's not like I like her that way. No, I don't. Wait, what? Where on earth did you get that? That was strange. I don't remember editing that in. And no, I'm not going to comment on how she has headsets but no iPod to listen to. There really is no logic with the technology of this world. If they can have a movie theater and an arcade machine outdoors with no outlets, then they can have headsets. So this leads the Doctor to a bowling alley where he's asked the dude from The Big Lebowski to tailor his suit. I haven't seen the movie yet, so I can't make any jokes. The dude won't do it until he bowls for them. We cut to outside the bowling alley where the main six are outside thinking of a plan to stop a... Is that really the limitations of your imagination, M.A. Larson? Because I know you can do better than this. Just a few days ago, I saw the movie Jurassic World. And that had a hybrid of a reptile mixtured in with other animals. With a dinosaur. And you're telling me that this creature combo came out the same year? Are you kidding me? What other ridiculous monsters did you come up with before you concluded with this? I mean, were there other ideas like Tissuezilla, Cow Rex, or Monster Cake? Oh wait, Kids Next Door already did that. So after that lazy monster design, we find Muffins trying to ask Matilda to forgive her for the invitation mistake, and ask her what to do for help. She says, get flowers. Muffins goes to find them and speak with the florist ponies. Their behavior basically goes like this.
Look, girls! A broken stem on one of the zinnias! What? Oh my gosh! A broken stem! A pineapple!
Now we cut to another group of background ponies, fan favorites by many, Lyra and Bon Bon. And Yeah, get a load of what happens, and it's not what you think.
My name isn't Bonbon. It's Special Agent Sweetie Drops. I work for a super secret anti-monster agency in Canterlot. Or at least I did until the bugbear went missing from Tartarus a few years back. What are you talking about? When it escaped, we had to shutter the whole agency. Every last shred of evidence of the organization's existence was destroyed. Celestia demanded complete deniability. What? It was...
So, wait. Bonbon's name is really Sweetie Drops and is part of an organization that is a monster hunters? Does that mean she's part of the same team from the film The Monster Squad? Boy, I wonder if in her spare time she did Pepsi commercials.
Just we've sat on, none of that was real? It was all real. You're my very best friend.
You see? She said best friends, like Frodo and Sam. Gosh, I can just hear the cracks of the broken hearts from fans who wanted more from this. So, after the doctor tells Muffin to use a special flower that releases fireworks to use for the wedding, next we see Matilda at the spa trying to prepare while talking to a sea serpent called Stephen Magnet, who tells her that the people care about the wedding more than the actual marriage, which makes her more nervous.
No. Honey, the wedding is everything.
Wow, what an idiot. Then we cut back to Vinyl and find out she lives with Octavia. Or is it a music store? I don't know, it looks like a house, but where are the beds? I mean, do they sleep on the couches? That's pretty cheap. They don't have beds? So while Octavia's practicing, we get a pretty awesome scene. Look out! You're gonna hit the flaming guitar guy from Fury Road! So then we randomly cut to Gummy in a pretty weird scene.
What is life? Is it nothing more than the endless search for a cutie mark? And what is a cutie mark but a constant reminder that we're all only one bugbear attack away from oblivion? And what of the poor gator, flank forever blank, destined to an existential swim down the river of life to an unknowable destiny?
I think I've watched 2001: A Space Odyssey too many times. Speaking of that, when are these ponies ever going to space? It's the 5th flipping season and it still hasn't happened yet. We'll make it to the wedding. Celestia and Luda make a not important conversation. We find out the monster is dealt with, and Sweetie Drops ask Lyra to forgive her. And we are given a very heartwarming speech about every pony in Ponyville. Cranky and Matilda finally get married, the fireworks go off, and Twilight Sparkle gives one of her speeches, and they all get into a group hug. For the rest of us, it doesn't stand out on its own. Because for people who haven't seen or even read any of the fan works, they won't get most of the jokes. And that's pretty a shame because they did a well done job with a lot of these jokes. But it's still a pretty darn good episode. But I do have one thing to say. For an anthology and short fan like myself, I felt that the editing wasn't done. The editing for the episode wasn't done well, and it's kind of confusing on what character we're focusing on the episodes when it leads to the climax. But if that's pretty much my only gripes. I still think it's one of the best episodes that the show has ever released. Now let's end this with the wonderful theme song.
And I'll fly until
Oh no, 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 please no. We'll play the correct one. want to know. Who is responsible for this? I demand you reveal yourself right now. I want to know!
That's what you get for the Rainbow Rocks review, sucker.
My little pony, my little pony. Ah, my little pony. I used to wonder what friendship could be. My little pony. Until you all shared its magic with me. Big adventure, tons of